respect on the term NBA Finals. Really, I'll tell you why I don't. Nothing against the teams, just the term. Oh, and oh, by the way, my partner is back. So I may as well say what I want to say. LeBron James, you a bitch.
Let's go.
Can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning! Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This one's for my beloved. Ah, dang it. I forgot I pushed the wrong button again. Good morning. Welcome to the Manic Monday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. I am here in Indianapolis, Indiana for the week. Got some appointments to do with my daughter. I got a couple appointments of my own. So we're going to make a go of it in Indy. The wife's not too far away. She hadn't been feeling good all weekend. And I told her, if you need anything, you call me and I'll come a-running. So if y'all see me suddenly stop the show and break out of here, it means it's got something to do with my family. Now that we got all that out of the way, my partner is back on camera. How you feeling, buddy?
Oh, I'm rocking the old green and white F1 shirt because guess what? The Celtics are up 2-0 and I'm happy.
It's gonna be 4-0 by the end of this week.
Oh, I know, dude. I mean, Dallas has got nothing for the bench.
Dallas has got the thinnest bench in the NBA, aside of the Bulls. All right, they got nothing coming. They don't deserve anything. Yes, I said it. They don't deserve. They don't deserve anything. The Dallas Mavericks have Kyrie Irving on their roster, and it's going to cost them.
Oh, exactly.
Luka's the one that's been. Luka has been the one carrying the team, right?
As he did last night.
As he did last night. What do you have? 33 last night?
33 to go along with triple-double.
Okay. And still, the Celtics won by 7. 105-98 is the final. That's where we begin our show. This morning, Y'all are going to have to forgive me in advance because I am quite hungry. So if y'all see me munching on something while Shane's talking, forgive me well in advance. We're still ironing out the kinks, but we're going to do, let me get this programming note out of the way. We're going to do 2 launches. The first one will come July 1st when we return to Zebo TV after a long absence due to my medical conditions. And the second one will be Labor Day when we start our 11th season on the air. And no one expected us to get even 2 seasons in. I'll talk about that a little bit later. Sick Dicky joins us from Norway. Says good morning, good evening, and good night, and welcome to you. It's Monday, and I'm sick of this nonsense. What nonsense?
The fact that Luka had a triple-double and Dallas still couldn't do anything with it. Going 32, 11, and 11.
32, 11, and 11.
And Dallas still lost.
Mm-hmm. So Luka had 32. Everybody's praising Luka, praising Kyrie. God only knows why. And still, the Mavericks took an... As I mentioned, 105-98 is the final. Shane, I'll give you the floor for a moment. Talk about game 2 of the finals.
What is there really to talk about? The deeper bench for Boston ended up being the difference, and biggest part of that was Porzingis getting 12 points off the bench. Al Horford only had 5 in 28 minutes, but that's where Porzingis came in and was able to pick up the garbage time and helped pick the team up. Jaylen Brown with 21, Drew Holiday with 26, Derek White with 18. Yeah, so Jason Tatum had an off day going 6 of 22 from the field, 18 points. That's where the bench picked everything up. Drew Holiday was a monster in this game with 26 points and 11 boards. That was the biggest thing that pretty well offset what Luka was doing, because no one around Luka really did anything. Daniel Gafford had 13. Derek Jones Jr. had 11. PJ Washington was 17. Okay. Who are half of these guys, and why should they matter? When our bench was able to basically shut them down. I mean, we only played, let me take a look here at the stats right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We only played 8 guys compared to Dallas playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That compared to Dallas playing 10. So we even kept people on our bench for backup, and we still outplayed Dallas. That is insanity. Celtics went 45% from the field, 26% from 3. Here's your moneymaker. 95% from the free throw line. Compared to Dallas's 67%. Rebounds were equal, 43-41 in favor of Dallas. Assists, 29-21 Boston. 10 steals to their 5. 5 blocks to their 3. 5 less turnovers. Right now, Dallas is going to be on the ropes heading back for game 3.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple. Dallas is going to be beyond on the ropes. I mean, this is literally round 12 for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they have to look at it. And quite frankly,
what's bad, the Mavericks held a lead in this game.
Yeah, they did.
The first game, they just got run over. Okay.
First game, they got freight trained. Let's not make a bone about it. They got freight trained.
Mm-hmm.
We came in game 1 and absolutely smashed the crap out of them.
Mm-hmm.
There's no question about it. Game 2 was a little more subdued.
Yeah. Russ versus Russ, my ass.
Yeah. Game 2 was more subdued, but we still had the advantage late.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing was Drew Holiday. 11 of 14 from the field for him.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't had a performance like that in ages.
Yeah. Ages. And Jason Tatum did not play well. And everybody on social media was downing Jason Tatum, saying, "Oh, he doesn't shine well in the bright lights and Well, Jason Tatum is part of a team, and the team knocked out the Dallas Mavericks at home and held serve. Next.
And the funny thing is, Tatum was 1 rebound away from his own triple-double. 18 points, 12 dimes, 9 boards.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to say that's not playing well?
So Jason Tatum didn't have an impact on game 2, right? Ha! Wrong. Wrong. Game 3 comes Wednesday night with an 8:38 tip. And old Snowman just may strap on the headset for that. We'll see how it goes. I want to apologize because I was supposed to do 2 games yesterday. I did neither because my wife was throwing up and she had all kinds of problems. So I focused my attention on her while I was running back in here, working on the website and everything. Game 3, as I mentioned, for the NBA Finals, Tuesday night. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about our favorite finals moments. Now, why do I get the feeling some for the Shaner involves the Celtics and some for me involve the Bulls and the Warriors? We'll talk about all that. Your favorite finals moments. Comment below what your favorite finals moment is. Back in a minute.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
We were always hippies at heart, I guess, and that was one way that we showed it before we became full-time RVers.
And we were definitely living small and minimally.
What made us decide to go with Battleborn was everyone from their top leadership team down to their service department helped us so much the whole way through. Our relationship with Battleborn is so much more than business. And me and Dennis love to jam together. We've played together multiple times, and that's been an awesome transition. Be able to learn so much more about the business. Also, just make some awesome friends.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals, chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
This is an important notice to consumers facing $10,000 or more in credit card debt, medical bills, or other unsecured debt. You may not be required to pay it all back because there are special programs now in effect that will significantly reduce the amount you will owe. Accredited Debt Relief has established a special hotline for you to call and learn what savings you qualify for. For this free information, call the Accredited Debt Relief Hotline now.
Call 800-418-8650. Call now.
Race car drivers change lanes very fast, but with no outside mirrors. How come they don't crash? Introducing Angel View, the new wide-angle mirror that reduces blind spots. Angel View simply snaps over your car's rear view mirror, giving you a 160-degree view behind you. Just look at the difference. Look, ordinary rear view mirrors are small and flat, but Angel View has a huge mirror with curved glass. This convex shape allows you to see both blind spots with one glance. And with our Pro Edition special coating, it's anti-glare at night. Get your Angel View now for just $19.99. But wait, Angel View may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, Angel View is stopping manufacturing effective immediately. Once the current inventory is gone, it's gone forever. Order now.
Call 1-800-495-0761. That's 1-800-495-0761. Or visit getangelview.com. Order now.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
The original Think Drink is back. Level up with proven ingredients formulated to crush your competition. No gimmicks, no jitters, no messing around. Just high-potency results that keep you moving day or night. There's a new nerd in town, and we came to play. Nerd Focus, smarter than energy.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Welcome back to the Semantic Monday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. And just got word that Ryan McCoffey is not feeling well. He is fighting a head cold. He's trying to save his voice. So he will not be here today. We'll reconvene to him. We'll reconvene with him next week. Jace Bobby will join us at the bottom of the second hour. So, Brother McCoffey, please get well. Save your voice. Fight the head cold. Win that battle. We're praying for you, and then come on back to us when you're fully healthy. Back to business. I don't watch the NBA Finals anymore.
No. I mean, I've been just catching the highlights because obviously we know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the sad part is when you get these matchups with these teams that you know is going to happen, it feels almost like you're watching the WWE with how it's going to end up running.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I'm going to turn back the clock a bit because you were talking about best finals moments.
Yep.
I'm going to go back to 1998 for my first one.
Oh.
Now, remember, I said this a while ago. We had here in Maine for the longest time WGN. So while I may not have been watching the Celtics all the time, we always had coverage of the Bulls. We had coverage of the Cubs, which I had to tolerate because Harry Carey.
You're a man after my own heart. I have to tolerate the Cubs.
And we had Hawk Harrelson for the White Sox.
Ken the Hawk. Love him.
And here's the funny thing. It was, I think, a few days ago or so. I was in our friend Genevieve Yoso's Twitch stream.
Who is here, by the way. She said, Don told me to be here. So, Genevieve, welcome to you.
Yeah, she'll be on Twitch later, I'm sure, in which you can catch me being her voice, an announcer, of course. Now, yeah, just make sure your headphones are turned down a little bit because I tend to go quite, Bruce Buffer. Now,
I got a mixer over here, and I can change that.
Yeah, I know that. So, Droid was actually telling me at one point that I actually sounded, with what I was saying at one time, I actually sounded a lot like Hawk Harrelson.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to break out my best. You can put it on the ball. Yes.
I actually did that during a high school game once.
I think you told that story.
And it was at Brother Rice too. It was at Brother Rice too, and the kids went crazy.
Well,
Where'd you drag that one out from? I just thought I needed it. Okay.
We needed it. Now, again, my first one, 1998. To everybody else, it's known as the statue.
Oh, yeah. Michael Jordan's game winner.
But if you ask Utah, it's the push-off that was never called.
You know what? I'm sick and tired of that argument. He didn't push off. Brian Russell slipped. Michael Jordan nailed the game winner in his face.
Exactly. Carry
Shut
on.
up. But, thank you. Carry on.
and the reason that sticks out most for me is, like I said, we primarily got Bulls coverage up here.
Yeah,
I mean, unless you were pretty much in the Boston area or had a big cable package, you really didn't get Celtics coverage here.
Right.
Unless they played the game of the week on NBC.
Mm-hmm.
So I was more exposed to Chicago than I was Boston.
Yeah.
Of course, I still bleed the green. Give me the game. Give me the winning. Give me the finals back when we had the big three. Mm-hmm. I'll take that all day, every day. But my first highlight was 1998. Watching the game winner with Jordan.
Let me see if I can find that one for you. Now, folks, forgive me. I'm doing live research on the air. And I know YouTube's going to zap me for this, but at this particular point in time, since we're doing all of the stuff we need to do to make sure everything's right before we return to Zebo with a ton of sponsors, I don't care. June 14th, 1998. And there's
crossover. Look at Brian.
There it is.
At age 36, he's played more NBA playoff games than anyone in history without winning a title.
Now the Bulls
would like to get 2-for-1 possession here. Try to get a quick score, get to the free throw line to give them 2 opportunities to 1. Pippen into Jordan. Michael working on Russell. Brings them to within 1.
Why'd they let him score that easy?
They scored within 4 seconds there. That's how quickly that changes now. Now it puts the pressure on the Jazz to score once again. Jordan with 43. Longest double. They swat at it and steal it. Here comes Chicago. 17 seconds.
And this is for everybody.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan. Open. Chicago with the lead.
Nah.
Yeah.
Fools.
What pushed off?
What Brian Russell slipped. The same way John Stockton did a year prior when Steve Kerr hit the game winner. Now, all y'all kiss my rear end. I'm really trying not to cuss.
Yeah, it's too early in the morning and it's only a Monday.
Okay, kiss my fat ass.
Yeah. There we go. There we go. Now it's on.
We're not on our television network yet. The radio networks can stomach it.
Yep.
But I'm done. I'm done. I am completely done dealing with people that don't know basketball, man. I've been accused of not knowing basketball. I'll explain that in a minute. Here's one of my favorite finals moments. Let's go back to 1993.
Ooh.
Scene of the crime, America West Arena, Phoenix, Arizona. I don't care what they call it now. Bulls and Suns, Game 6. I was at home with my parents, and a whole bunch of friends of mine came over. And then this happened.
By 2. Jazz comes out of this possession. They want Michael to get a full head of steam, try to keep him in the middle of the floor. Well, Pippen got the step. Here's Paxson for 3. Yes! The Bulls take a 1-point lead, and Phoenix calls for time with 3 9/10.
At the time, it gave the Bulls a record 10th 3-point field goal made in a finals game. In a finals game, man.
Yep. That was insane. Okay,
that was crazy. And
let's turn the clock back 2 more years. Bulls
91.
Bulls Lakers
1991.
And how about that drive Michael hit on everybody? Flipping the hand last second to get the ball in.
Yep.
That changed that game.
I think it was 90. I think it was game 3.
Yeah, I think it was.
D-Bots had completed a 3-point play. Bulls had it, and he comes in, and then he pulls up on an extended hand of Byron Scott and drills an 18-footer to tie the game at 92, and the Bulls wound up winning in overtime, 104-96.
There was just something about Michael in the 90s, dude.
The same with Magic and Bird in the 80s. I don't have to mention 1984, the greatest NBA World Championship Series I ever saw.
Probably greatest all time, no matter where you look at it.
Yep.
When you have two haymakers going at it, like Bird and Johnson, it's magic. It's literally, you have to sit there for the entire series, and you're praying it goes 7.
Yes. That was the only time my mom let me stay up late because it was live, and it was crazy.
Exactly. Those are the series that we need to have back. Nothing like this lopsided stuff we've been getting.
No, man.
I mean, we haven't had a solid finals in how long?
You know, most people will say 2016, but we all know the effery that went down there.
Yeah, that's true.
We all know the effery that went down there in 2016, because I've said it before and I will say it again. LeBron James got a stimulus package the size of my wife's truck, and she drives a Nissan Armada, and I'm eyeing a Ford Edge.
Dude, LeBron got a stimulus package the size of Schwarzenegger's Hummer. Come on now, let's be real.
Oh, there you go.
Let's just be real about it for a damn second.
Yes, let's.
No, forget normal stimulus package. He got the one the size of a Hummer. And that's what happened with 2016.
And look, I'm using my wife's truck as a reference to keep myself motivated, because when I really start getting going and walking again, and we get all the sponsors we're looking for, I'm buying a truck. Let me get a little personal here, folks. When I get completely well, not only am I going to buy a truck or an SUV for myself, I'm going to pay off my wife's truck in one shot.
Hey, yo.
I'm going to pay off my wife's truck.
Get that ish, man. I'm here for it.
You know what? I'll go ahead and set a goal. I'm going to pay off my wife's truck by the end of the summer.
Get that ish, man. Come on. Let's do this.
I feel it. After my daughter let me cut loose this morning with how I was feeling. Now that I got that out, it's time.
Let's get this ish, dude. Let's get this.
We mentioned 84.
I'm here for it.
A year later, 85 was crazy, because that was the first year they started doing the 2-3-2 format. Dennis Johnson hits a game winner, game 4 to tie the series. And then game 6 happened with the Lakers exercising their demons in the Garden. With Magic getting even for what happened in game 7 the year prior. And on top of that, the oldest finals MVP, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, scoring 29 in that clincher in the Garden.
Yeah.
You don't see revenge games like that anymore.
You don't see revenge series like that anymore. What are we talking about?
Let me welcome those of you on WJKS right here in Indianapolis, and also WJKS DB in Chicago, our world headquarters. So yeah, we're working on a lot of things, y'all. We're working on a lot of things.
I mean, look at most playoff series in sports in general. When was the last time we had a rivalry series go 2-3 years in the final?
Aside of Warriors Cavs, which ain't much of a rivalry. So I don't count that one. Lakers Celtics, of course. Lakers Sixers, all that came in the 80s. And of course, Lakers Pistons.
Then you had Bulls Jazz to wrap up 97-98.
Yep.
Those two were trying their best to get back at each other.
Oh my God, yes. Oh my God. Or anybody that faced the Detroit Pistons in the playoffs.
Yeah, Pistons, because what was that? 89-90?
Yep.
For them in Chicago?
Yep, the Pistons were busy kicking our ass.
Yeah.
They beat us in 5 games in 88, which I hated because I didn't get to hear Jim Durham in Game 5 because I was working on the science project. 89 got to hear Jim Durham do all 6 because I was working on the science project while the TV was on and the radio was blasted. My parents were watching the TV in the back room. Me, my nerdy butt was in the living room. I basically took over the living room because I was doing my science project. And I had Jim Durham blasted in my ear.
Yeah.
I had Jim Durham blasted in my ear. So that
Sox Yankees championship series, of course.
Of course. Yeah.
What's your bet? We got
let's make a question out. Let's make this
best sports rivalry.
Comment in the comment section below. What do y'all think is the best sports rivalry? Shane Lake, Brian Snow here, Snowman in the morning on this Tuesday, 39 after the hour.
It's Monday, not Tuesday.
It is Monday.
Damn it, Brian.
I'm sorry.
It must be the lack of caffeine. Never mind.
I haven't had enough of this yet. It is Monday. I wish it were Tuesday sometimes. It is Monday.
Yep.
It is Monday. Good grigament.
If it was Tuesday, I'd be working a broadcast later on tonight for sim racing.
Yeah, if it was Tuesday, I'd be hopping on and doing a baseball game. On the go with Stilo has joined us. Says, "What's up, Snowman? What's up to you? Thank you
up, Stilo?
For joining us." David 3000, Red Sox, Yankees.
David, that's a given, bud. That is
that's a given. That's a given. Here you go. Damian Hernandez joins us. De La Hoya versus Cesar Chavez. Yeah, that's a rivalry.
I'll give you that.
I'll take it.
I'll take that in 15 rounds.
Battle of Pennsylvania in the NHL. Flyers, Penguins. You know, the leading vote is Red Sox, Yankees.
It's a given. Same with Lakers, Celtics. That was a given.
Same with Lakers, Celtics.
Bulls versus the entire Western Conference. Let's just put it out there, dude.
That was all the 90s. That was
exactly
all the 90s. Here you go. Ali Frazier. They met 3 different times.
And one of those, I think, actually happened to be in Bangor, Maine, no less.
Yeah. CeeLo responds, Braves, Phillies. Well,
I'll
yeah, but the Phillies are busy kicking the Braves' ass in division right now. Here you
go.
Nick
Bulls, Celtics. Yes.
Nick Celtics, late 80s.
Bulls, Celtics, late 80s. Yeah.
Bulls, Celtics. Damian Hernandez just said that. Bulls, Celtics.
Yankees, Braves, World Series. How many times they go at it in a row?
I think 3.
Yeah.
I think 3. 3 times. 3 times they went at it in the World Series.
There was a rivalry waiting to happen because those are 2 of the biggest markets in baseball.
Yeah,
and they got exactly what they wished for.
Yeah, man, they did. There you go, Cards versus Cubs, because the Cards would almost always win. Yeah, I love that series.
Yeah, that's money.
Cubs. Okay, I'm not supposed to say this aloud, but I'm going to say it aloud because it's my sports show. I hate the Cubs.
Why do you think I said it was tolerable when I was listening to it? Because of Harry Carey.
Moreover, I hate Cubs fans.
Dumbasses.
I hate them with an unbridled passion.
There's being a homer for your team, and then there's Cubdom.
Exactly. There you go. Bruins versus Habs. There it is.
Yes.
Yes.
Feed me 7 games of that. Feed me that, please.
On the go with CeeLo says Dansby who? I love it.
All right. Now
I love it.
Now let's talk about the
Here you
NFL
go.
side.
Here you go. Boom. Right
Speaking
there.
of the NFL,
in the 90s.
Cowboys, Niners.
49ers.
Yes, that was
Yes.
major 1990s vibe.
End of the 80s. Niners, Giants.
Yes.
Niners, Giants.
And then in the 2000s, it was New England versus, well,
everybody.
Yeah.
It
It didn't matter who showed up. It was New England versus everybody, and we just said,
Oh,
shut
here
up
you
about it already.
Kansas City Chiefs and the Oakland Raiders.
Yes.
Yes, I said Oakland Raiders.
At the time, yes.
Forget Las Vegas.
Forget Los Angeles.
Oh, Lord. There you go. Leafs, Bruins.
Bruins.
Oh, here you go. Chiefs and Chargers. When the Chargers were in San Diego.
Yes.
Or better yet, Raiders, Chargers.
Oh, those games were money.
Look, LA Raiders and the San Diego Chargers.
Those games were money.
I had a chance to talk to former Chargers voice Josh Lewin, who's a good buddy, and he said he loved Raider Week because everything was hyped up just a little more, especially when they played in San Diego.
Yes.
Oh, here you go.
Especially.
Bam, right there. Calgary Flames versus Edmonton Oilers, the Battle of Alberta.
Yes.
Or one of my favorites from the 80s, the Battle of Quebec. The Quebec Nordiques and the Montreal Canadiens. A bloodbath. It would be a bloodbath. Raiders Chargers was a bloodbath.
Give me one for college football. Like an all-time, you got to sit down for.
Iron Bowl.
Yes. Clemson
Alabama,
and Auburn. Oh, yeah. Alabama Auburn's good. Well, Alabama versus anybody, really.
Texas A&M.
How about that? Notre Dame, Stanford.
Especially when Notre Dame has to go to Northern California.
Well, if we're going to throw Notre Dame in California, how about USC?
Especially when Notre Dame has to go to Northern California. I love seeing those games. This is one for you from CeeLo. Dale Earnhardt versus Jeff Gordon back in the day.
You are not wrong, but the biggest thing is that was more of a rivalry of the fan base than it was the drivers.
Yeah, the drivers loved each other, man.
Exactly, and that's the thing. They actually had Michigan, Ohio State, yes.
Michigan, Ohio State.
Those are sellouts, especially when they go to the horseshoe.
How about Nebraska, Colorado from the old Big 8?
Ooh.
From the old Big 8.
I'll take that. I'll take that in prime time.
Texas A&M from the old Southwest Conference.
Yes.
Hey, I already said Alabama, Auburn. Let's go Pac-10, UCLA, USC.
Oh, yes.
I love
especially when it wraps up a rivalry week and it's that game.
I love it.
I'd stay up. I'd stay up to 1 a.m. to watch that.
Oh, me too. Utah State. I'll stay up to 1 a.m. to watch that. NCAA basketball, Louisville versus Kentucky, and I've been to one of those. I've been to one of those. Any sport, Tennessee versus Alabama.
Oh, that's evil.
And remember, Alabama was ranked in baseball this year.
Yeah, they were.
And top ranked Tennessee is headed to Omaha.
UConn versus the world. Florida State. Yes.
Florida
Give me that. Give me that. 7:30 p.m. on CBS, and I'm watching that game. Give me Vern on the call.
Here's one that I went to at Cameron Indoor Stadium.
Duke UNC. That
February
is an
2nd,
all-timer.
February 2nd, 1995, in Cameron Indoor Stadium.
Why does it seem, though, like the Battle of Tobacco Road has fallen off a little bit in the rivalry?
Because the teams have fallen off. Jay will tell you, the teams have fallen off.
Hey, there's something to talk about with Jay when he comes on later.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Jay, I hope you're listening. That might give you something to talk about, brother.
There you go.
Kyle Busch versus NASCAR marshals. You're not wrong. Too many times, brother. Too many times. Or after this weekend, it's going to be Kyle Busch and Ross Chastain. Watch Iowa. Trust me.
Yeah. Iowa.
After Chastain Dordom.
There you go. Iowa State.
Yes.
And Droid and Damien say this one, Kansas State.
Yes. Especially in basketball.
Yes. I did the women's version of the Sunflower Challenge at Kansas State.
Mm.
You know what?
Hey, Droid, here's a rivalry for you. Panthers, Lightning.
Oh, hell no. I got one better. I got one better. I can't believe I'm good. Northwestern Illinois.
Ooh.
And Droid just topped it. Kansas, Missouri. I went to one of those at the Hearn Center in 1990.
Yes.
I went to one of those in 1990. I had to sneak away from school so my parents didn't find out. Guess what? They found out.
Didn't work.
No, because I tried telling my mom that I was at a friend's place to do some homework. I get home for Christmas. My mom yanked me aside and said, "You really didn't go to your friend's place that night I called, did you?" Damn.
No.
She knew I was in Columbia, Missouri. Taker, Austin, Rangers, Islanders, the Tri-State rivalry, Devils, Rangers, Islanders.
I mean, yeah, I'll take that Tri-State any day of the week.
I'll take that.
Harvard, Yale.
Harvard, Yale in any sport. Harvard, Yale in any sport. Illinois, Indiana.
Yes.
I've been to a couple of those at Memorial Stadium in Champaign.
Back when they were good, Syracuse versus the entire division in basketball.
All right, hell with that. Let's get specific. Syracuse, Georgetown.
Yes. Okay, let's flip
the whole Big East.
Let's flip that. UNC, Georgetown. Early to mid 80s.
March 29th, 1982. Man, why you gotta that was the first NCAA championship I ever watched live, and it was in the Superdome, and we all know what happened. McCoffey checks in with us. I hope you're getting well, brother. Syracuse, Georgetown, Syracuse, St. John's.
Yes, Syracuse, St. John's was evil.
They used to play St. John's at MSG.
You play anybody in MSG, the lights will immediately go up.
Here you go. Kansas, Gonzaga.
Gonzaga, Arizona. Give me that.
Give me this one too. Oklahoma State.
Yes.
Love that. And I want to do one of these. Georgia Tech.
Oh my God.
I might do it this year. It depends on if it's played at Athens, then I won't be able to get it because Georgia's the hottest ticket in college football right now.
Exactly.
Save Michigan. But if it's at Bobby Dodd Stadium in Atlanta, I might risk the Atlanta traffic just to be in with that. Oh, here goes McCoffey again. Vanderbilt football versus a 500 record.
The man has a head cold, but he just can't help being the supervillain.
Kansas, Oklahoma. Yeah. Army, Navy.
The all-time rivalry.
Yep. Army, Navy.
I always watch Army, Navy.
I want to see one in person.
They did it last year in Foxborough.
Yeah, they did at Gillette Stadium.
Yeah, and I think the year before that it was in Philly.
In Philadelphia. But they always had played Philadelphia, whether it be Veterans Stadium or what the hell is the name of that place? Lincoln Financial Field.
Either Veterans or the Link, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They don't tend to go too far from the Northeast for this game.
Oh, I got one. Let's hop to the NBA.
Okay.
Seattle Supersonics versus the Portland Trailblazers.
Oh. Clyde the Glide versus the Glove.
Yes.
I'm all for it.
And I know we started our rivalries with the NBA, but we forgot a few. How about this one? Golden State Warriors versus Sacramento Kings.
Oh my word. That one was spicy to say the least.
Yeah, it was. I want to send a shout out to a student I had covered at Marquette Catholic, Sophia Nolan. She's headed overseas to Germany to continue her basketball career after finishing up at Loyola. And I am so happy for her and the Nolan family. Okay, Damien. Any sports team versus the refs.
Yeah, I mean,
especially what happened in the Super Bowl this past year. How many times was Kansas City holding us and not one damn whistle? Not one.
Yeah. How many times did I say something and I don't have a stake in either team and I was the one saying it?
Yep. You were pointing it out the whole time. And still they kept getting away with it.
Harrison Butler versus Twitter from Droid.
Oh my God.
Antonio Clown versus Twitter. How about that?
Antonio Clown versus social media.
Yeah.
How about that? Antonio Clown versus social media.
Antonio Clown versus his own IQ.
He has an IQ.
Exactly why it's a rivalry.
There you go. He didn't. Mike Tyson versus everyone. Thank you, Victor.
You're not wrong there, Vic.
Nope. Not
Cleveland
wrong
versus
there.
Cincinnati in either MLB or NFL.
How about Cleveland versus anybody?
How about Cleveland versus a winning record?
How about the Cowboys versus a division title?
Oh! Vic is either punching his phone right now or shrugging like he ain't wrong.
Or screaming in his head.
Yeah,
or
pretty much.
all of it. Or all of the above.
All the above and then some.
All the above and then some.
Just remember, Vic, I'm not the one that said it.
White Sox versus Twins. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Twins always give us hell. So do the Royals.
Minnesota versus KC.
I would say I hate the Royals, but I can't because their staff was so good to me last summer when the wife surprised me with a tour of Kauffman Stadium. And I got to go in a broadcast booth. So now a piece of my heart belongs to the Kansas City Royals.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
A piece of my heart. Look, they were terrific to me.
Oh, I get that.
They even
Droid.
They even fed my crazy ass.
Yeah, Droid. Robert Kraft versus Antonio Clown, the battle of the low IQ.
To borrow your words, he's not wrong.
No. Sick, yeah, I do follow MMA.
Sam Weiss versus Cincy fans. You don't live in Cleveland, you live in Cincinnati.
Royals Cards.
Giants Jets. How about that one? Giants Dodgers.
Ooh.
Giants Dodgers. Now I'm gonna make a bold.
Let's flip that. Oakland versus the Dodgers.
I'm gonna make a bold prediction.
Okay.
The National League West will come down to a Giants Dodgers series.
I could see that.
I feel the Giants are getting ready to make a move, and
they have to
now.
They have to in order to keep up with them.
2 or 3 from Texas.
That's
Took
huge.
2 out of 3 from Texas. George Brett versus Pine Tar.
Pine Tar.
July 4th, 1983. Good Lord.
Oh. Yeah.
Brewers versus Cubs. Man, screw the Cubs. Cubs don't count in rivalries anymore. This one I love because it went 7 games in the American League Championship Series. Rangers, Astros.
The Battle of Texas.
They'll meet for the AL West title.
Yes.
Guarantee it because Seattle's going to fall completely off. And I hate saying that because I know I got some Mariner fans that tune in. I love y'all, but you know what? I'll put this one up too. Kyle Shanahan versus playoff OT rules. Yep. You're
not
right.
Wrong.
Nothing wrong there. I don't see a falsehood in that statement.
No, I don't either.
And for people that don't, for people that think I'm just a homer and I don't cover my team fairly, how do you like that? This one I can't argue with either, because the White Sox
was mediocrity.
They're below mediocre right now. But
yeah, I mean, you guys took 3 out of 4 from us, though.
But we're taking our lumps.
Yeah, you are.
That'll change. They just got to take care of the pitching staff. Oh God, this one's great. With the 24th pick in the NFL draft, the Cowboys select the offseason. Thank you, Cole Johnson, for that.
With the 24th pick, the Cowboys select a retirement home for Jared Hall Jones.
I wish that would have happened already.
You, me, and Victor. Yeah.
There you go. Chipper Jones versus Mets fans.
He's not wrong.
No, he's not. MLBPA versus the pitch clock. No falsehood there either.
Bill Buckner versus the Mets.
Bill Buckner versus the baseball that went under him.
I'm a Red Sox fan saying this.
Knicks versus the NBA lottery. Oh my god.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. I think I'm gonna have a couple of special guests. I'll explain more tomorrow as we get everything together. All right, we got to go to a break. When we come back, the second hour of Snowman in the Morning comes your way after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. That's when I found this, the Brux Night Guard. Now, the Brux Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brux Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to BruxNightGuard.com and order yours today.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
This is a BS3 Network presentation. Politics.
They'll write the law, but they'll enforce it differently. Is that going to apply both ways?
Religion.
God never said that we can't reason together. Matter of fact, he said, let us sit and reason together.
Relationship.
I believe that everybody wants and needs somebody.
From a man's perspective.
They say, girls, if I put some polish on that and get him to buy some different clothes, girl, he could be a winner chicken dinner.
Join the thought engineer.
There's nothing wrong with me developing my piece and you developing your piece, but understand the goal is to come together.
And comedian John Yogi.
Negro, I don't need you putting on no chapstick up there in the pulpit. You do that over there in your chair.
Get ready for
Monday.
Live every Monday at 7 p.m. Central. Alicia.
You can't hold somebody to that standard if you haven't voiced what you want and what you're needing from that.
Mika.
If you're not communicating expectations, you're waiting for your feelings to be hurt.
Nicole.
A lot of people don't want to take the time out to be alone and to get themselves together.
Ivan.
You got to be willing to work through stuff. And from the jump street, y'all done had problems. Maybe you don't need to be working through those.
BS3 Network proudly presents Queen 3 and King podcast. Live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central.
Race car drivers change lanes very fast, but with no outside mirrors. How come they don't crash? Introducing Angel View, the new wide-angle mirror that reduces blind spots. Angel View simply snaps over your car's rear view mirror, giving you a 160-degree view behind you. Just look at the difference. Look, ordinary rear view mirrors are small and flat, but Angel View has a huge mirror with curved glass. This convex shape allows you to see both blind spots with one glance. And with our Pro Edition special coating, it's anti-glare at night. Get your Angel View now for just $19.99. But wait, Angel View may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, Angel View is stopping manufacturing effective immediately. Once the current inventory is gone, it's gone forever. Order now.
Call 1-800-495-0761. That's 1-800-495-0761. Or visit getangelview.com. Order now.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Welcome back. It's time for the second hour of Snowman in the Morning. Jay Spivey will come at the bottom of this hour, and I want to do something for a couple of very, very dear friends up in Edmonton. I'll wait until I get a confirmation that they're tuned in.
Okay.
But
meanwhile,
I want to promote their podcast. But Damian Hernandez says Plaxico versus the gun that shot. Oh dear Lord!
Oh my God! Come on now.
All right, my friends are tuned in. I want to tell y'all about a very special podcast called Two Girls with Cancer. I discovered this in a group on Facebook that is that helps podcasters and radio show hosts get guests. I met Becky and I haven't met Ashley yet, but I plan to. But I encourage y'all to go check out their podcast on YouTube. You need to look for at Two Girls with Cancer podcast. They are 8 episodes in. I've listened to them all. I love every single one of them, from the introduction to doing better. That's the episode that's out right now. I'm going to listen to that one again. But you want to talk about an inspiration? These two are an inspiration, and nothing is off the table. Becky talks about her supplements in episode 5. Ashley talks about hers in episode 6. They talk about parenting and dealing with cancer. I had to go through that in episode 7. And they have an episode, You Are What You Eat, something I need to learn again and again and again and again. And I don't care how many times I relearn it, I'm going to get it right. But I encourage y'all to check out the Two Girls with Cancer podcast. And I'm going to have those two. I'm going to have them on Friday. I'm
looking forward to that.
We're just awaiting to agree on a time, but they're in Edmonton. Show them some love on YouTube, will you please? At Two Girls with Cancer podcast. I'm very much looking forward.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that myself.
Let's talk some more business, shall we?
Let's get to it.
Speaking of the Stanley Cup final, the Florida Panthers struck first. They shut out the Oilers 3-0 on Saturday night. And Droid, I need you to help me. Game 2 is Monday. Is it tonight? Or is it Tuesday?
Game 2 is tonight at 8 o'clock.
It is tonight. And the face-off?
Face-off's going to be at 8, a little afterwards, I believe.
Okay, 8 o'clock. Okay. Wanted to be sure I got it right.
Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I was looking over the stats on this game.
Yeah.
The Panthers only had 18 shots on goal compared to the 32 that Edmonton had. So Florida went more efficient than anything else.
8
big hits compared to Oilers not having any. 4 less giveaways, which led to 7 more takeaways. 34 faceoffs won. They played a lot harder and they played a lot smarter than Edmonton, and that's what got them their 1-0 lead right now.
And it's the Panthers defense that did it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Sergei Bobrovsky, a brick wall.
Yeah, Bob built a brick wall. There's nothing getting through.
You weren't getting by him. And I would be surprised if the Panthers hold serve. But I predicted this to be a 7-game series. I think this will go the distance.
It wouldn't surprise me.
But if the Panthers steal one in Edmonton, then it may be over quick. I don't expect, and this is nothing against the Panthers. I just trust Edmonton at home.
Right.
I just trust Edmonton at home. I expect the Panthers to hold serve tonight.
Yeah. Edmonton's got to figure it out. And Connor McDavid's played better at home than he has on the road anyway.
Yeah.
So I expect Connor to probably light it up game 3, but I still expect Florida to be more than they can handle right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I expect Florida to hold serve tonight. The middle part of the series, 3 and 4 and 5 if necessary, back in Florida will determine the series. If Florida steals one in Edmonton, then the series is over.
Exactly.
Quicker than expected. But I expect Edmonton to turn it around at home. They might turn it around tonight. I don't expect it, but they might turn it around tonight. They've surprised. Look, they beat Dallas in Dallas.
Yep.
And no one expected them to beat Dallas in the Campbell Conference Final. But this is for the Stanley Cup. Florida leads 1-0 in that series. Now we talked about rivalries.
Yep.
There's a rivalry that I didn't mention. And Droid, you're going to love me for this. 49ers and Chiefs.
That's
a rivalry. Even though the Chiefs have beaten us every time lately, that's a budding rivalry.
It is. And we're going to see that. We're going to see it run back.
Twice this year. Once in Levi's and once in New Orleans, and the other time in New Orleans.
Oh, easily.
Once in Levi's Stadium and once in New Orleans. And that is that. I don't care what anybody says. Speaking of rivalries, there's a rivalry that I have against this group. Buckle up.
In a world where partial greatness is celebrated and total greatness is shunned, there stands to be a figure on the lips of those who love him and those who hate him. The inane comparisons to Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant continue and has existed since 2003. There is no end in sight, for the battle between those who unconditionally love and unconditionally hate him wages on. These are their stories. Welcome to the Bronzexual Confessions.
Oh, for the love of God. It's not Wednesday. Brian, what's going on here?
I'm changing Wednesday's show. First this.
This moment of bronzexual stupidity is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. When you start talking like an idiotic bronzexual, Hooked on Bronix can set you right. Call 1-800-YO-KANG. Real LJPM, now approve all this.
I'm going to have to go to the city fifth when this is over.
No, I'm going to rescue you from that.
Oh, thank God. But why are we starting Monday with this crap?
Give me this camera. Bronzexual, shut up. Okay? Yo Kang sucks. And Bronny is worse.
All right, what led to this?
You know, all this talk about where is LeBron going when there's a championship series going on, because it happened last year when the Denver Nuggets were kicking the hell out of Miami.
Mm-hmm.
I have a simple response to all these bronzexuals that are making memes and making predictions of where LeBron is going. Again, give me this camera. Who the hell cares? I'll say it again. Give me this camera. Who the hell cares? I particularly hope he walks away and don't come back. Because yes, LeBron, it is you. It has always been you. It always will be you for ruining the NBA and ruining basketball forever and ever. Amen. Now get out of my face, you thirsty bitches.
In a world where partial greatness is celebrated. In a world where logic and sense flies completely out the window, while purple and yellow glasses are donned. Right.
I'll take a false start when I say, get out of my face, you thirsty bitches.
In a world where logic and sense flies completely out the window, while purple and yellow glasses are donned, rises a figure who encourages ridiculous, undying loyalty. Good Lord, I'm about to throw up. This has been yet another installment of The Bronzexual Confessions.
Of course, let's not forget the monkey wrench that's coming into things later today. Dan Hurley making his decision on whether he stays in UConn or goes to Hollywood.
We'll talk about that, and we'll talk about these Caitlin Clark haters.
There's more of them?
And yeah, much more.
Oh,
and I will give my take as to why her not making the USA team was a good decision. Trust me when I tell you it's a good decision, and she said so herself. I'll explain when y'all get back.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
We were always hippies at heart, I guess, and that was one way that we showed it before we became full-time RVers.
And we were definitely living small and minimally.
What made us decide to go with Battleborn was everyone from their top leadership team down to their service department helped us so much the whole way through. Our relationship with Battleborn is so much more than business. And me and Dennis love to jam together. We played together multiple times, and that's been an awesome transition. Be able to learn so much more about the business, also just make some awesome friends.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals, chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
This is an important notice to consumers facing $10,000 or more in credit card debt, medical bills, or other unsecured debt. You may not be required to pay it all back because there are special programs now in effect that will significantly reduce the amount you will owe. Accredited Debt Relief has established a special hotline for you to call and learn what savings you qualify for. For this free information, call the Accredited Debt Relief Hotline now.
Call 800-418-8650. Call now.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Welcome back, Snowman and Shane Lake here with you. Do me a favor, folks. If you're in the chat, I beg you, please watch your language. Okay? And I'm saying that to myself and to my crew because we are going to be back on the television network here. And we're using the time to tweak everything from the appearance to how we speak, everything. I am the one in charge of this ship and I want a clean one. Okay? So I will say it again. Please watch your language while you're in the chat. If it happens again, you get booted. No questions asked. Okay? Thank you. Now, with that out of the way, Caitlin Clark was omitted from Team USA. Here's my take as to why. I should have finished my sentence and said, here's my take as to why that is a good decision. Take two. In a word, rest. Period. She needs it. She went from playing for a national championship. She got a short break because she was drafted number 1 overall by the WNBA and then immediately went to training camp and her season started. She barely has had time to rest. And somehow she's leading all rookies in scoring and has set 3 different records. But she needs to rest. Okay? If you expect her to be the leader of the team, which is what the Indiana Fever are expecting, then your star needs a break. And during the Paris Olympics, she'll get that. Now, I love Asia Wilson from the trust me, I love Asia Wilson. I love what these ladies are doing for basketball. But you have a golden goose right now in Caitlin Clark.
Yep.
And people want to get Angel Reese to that level. And I'll say it again, Angel Reese needs to work on her game. Nothing against Angel Reese. She's a fabulous player. But she's got to work on her game. If she tweaks her game where she is dangerous from outside, and I'm not talking about 3-point shots, I'm talking about a mid-range game.
Yeah, if she can get dangerous from 15 feet out.
Exactly. Just tweak your game out to 15 feet, 15 to 18 feet. That's the only thing that needs to improve. Then she'll be as dangerous, if not more so.
Yeah.
But back to Caitlin Clark. We all haters quit. This is a good decision because she needs rest. Okay? She's going to take over the WNBA next year. No doubt about it. Period, point blank, end of story. But at this point in time, she and Angel Reese just need to work on their game. And they need to work on getting their rest. That's all. That's the biggest reason and only reason why I believe this is a good decision. It gives her time to rest, reboot while they're at the Olympics, give her time to work on her game, envision herself with her teammates, seeing how the plays are run, and get better. That's it. She gets time to rest. And that is the biggest reason.
And she needs it because I'm looking over the stat sheet right now. She's only hitting 37% from the field.
Mm-hmm.
Averaging 16.8 points, 5.3 boards, 6.3 assists. Here's a big one. 5.6 turnovers.
Yep.
And averaging 33.5 minutes a game.
Mm-hmm. They're wearing her out. She needs the rest. I wouldn't be surprised at the end of this year if there's a coaching change because a lot of people are calling for it. But be that as it may, the girl needs to rest. All right? Let her take a couple of days with her boyfriend and just chill. Get off of social media, power down for a couple of days, and do nothing. Then you can concentrate, get back on the court, and do what you love to do. That's what I had to do recently, coming out of the hospital. I came home and I fell flat on my ass in bed. I fell flat.
Oh, yeah. It's going to
And
happen.
it's a recharge that needed to happen. Now I'm feeling better. Now I'm ready to get back at it. But it's going to be a slow climb to the top of the mountain. And I know that. It's going to be a slow climb to $1 billion a year for my company. And I know that well. But I know that also. But there's going to be some accelerations that are going to happen. And nobody will be ready for it. But we will. Get your rest, Caitlin. You're going to need it. And I don't mean that facetiously. I mean that because the second half of the year is going to charge into you like the first half of the year did in the All-Star break. And I got the feeling she'll make the All-Star team just because. But get your rest. Okay? Get your rest. Your play is starting to improve. And that's because you got a 3-day break before you went and killed the Washington Mystics. All right? With a 30-point performance. Are we looking for more of that? Yeah. But play your game. All right? Play your game. And then you can work around and with your teammates. But the reason I think this is a good decision, and I'll keep saying it, she needs rest. She needs a break. All right? That's Snowman's take. What is yours?
To spin off the Olympic thing, by the way, just
Damien
really
says, I'll stop hating on Caitlin when everyone stops talking about her and starts giving everyone else the attention they deserve because Caitlin isn't the only one busting their butt. Damien, you need to pay attention to this show because we give everybody the respect and the love they deserve.
It's just Caitlin's been doing a lot more.
And that's it. That's it.
I mean, no harp against anybody else, but look who's been stealing the headlines because of how she's been playing.
Exactly.
It's Caitlin. But to spin off the whole Olympic thing real quick, I sent something over in the group chat. I'll explain it here. Bryce Harper wants MLB players available for the Olympics in 2028 when it's in Los Angeles.
You know what? I say yes to that. It's in Los Angeles.
Yes.
It's in a familiar ballpark.
Dodger Stadium.
I say yes to that. Go for it.
I mean, it would be huge. Because imagine how stacked the teams would be. I mean, look at what we get in the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, we get we bring our A game, they bring their C game, and they beat us. We bring our A players,
and we got our butts kicked. Now there's more pride on the line.
Shohei Ohtani beat Mike Trout.
Yeah, that was monstrous. That was the at-bat everybody wanted.
I watched the whole 8-pitch at-bat.
Yeah, that was the at-bat everybody wanted, and look what Shohei did to Trout. Gassed him.
100 miles an hour.
Now there's the pride of
100 miles an hour. Swing and a miss.
No, and look at it this way. Now,
best at bat I've ever seen in a World Baseball Classic ever.
And now there's the opportunity to play for so much more for the country.
Yes.
When they let the NBA players in for the Olympics, look how that changed the game. Now to do the same for baseball, imagine how stacked those teams are going to be.
Oh boy.
And to play for pride of country and, hey, nice little bling across the neck. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Exactly.
I'd be game to see it, to be honest with you.
Why the hell not?
I'd be game to see it, to be honest with you.
Same here. Snowman coming to you from Indianapolis, Indiana. I will be here all week. We'll have Becky Turner. We'll have Becky and Ashley, two girls fighting cancer. Two Girls with Cancer. Two Girls with Cancer podcast will join both, and both members will join us on Friday. It may be it may be in the afternoon. Like I said, we're working out a time. Waiting to hear back from Matt Taylor, the fabulous voice of the Colts. He'll join us this week. Just a lot of stuff to get through and get by here in Indianapolis. Take a break, and when we come back, we got some more stuff for you. And waiting to hear back from Jay Spivey. He is scheduled to join us, so stick around.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
To Sofia and Gabriel, mis flores, my little flowers. Even though these old knees can't follow on your adventure to the forest today, these flowers represent my love, so you can take me with you wherever you go, near or far. These stitches and threads join us together. Me, your mother, and both of you. And wherever you see a flower, a bird, a beautiful tree, know that my love is with you as you bring our colorful stories to the world.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Hey everybody, Snowman here. Looking for the best way to experience live events? Well, SeatGeek has you covered. With just a few taps on your phone, you can find the best seats for concerts, sports, theater, and more. Don't miss out on unforgettable moments. Download the SeatGeek app today and get ready for an experience like no other. Each ticket is vetted for authenticity and ranked on a 1 to 10 scale. And right now, if you sign up and use the code Snowman, you will get $20 off of your first purchase. That's only through the power of SeatGeek, where fans can fan.
We were always hippies at heart, I guess, and that was one way that we showed it before we became full-time RVers.
And we were definitely living small and minimally.
What made us decide to go with Battleborn was everyone from their top leadership team down to their service department helped us so much the whole way through. Our relationship with Battleborn is so much more than business. And me and Dennis love to jam together. We've played together multiple times, and that's been an awesome transition. Be able to learn so much more about the business. Also, just make some awesome friends.
If you're the kind of person that likes to drive a lot and your car is a little bit older and out of the normal warranty, keep listening. What's going on underneath the hood of your car? If your car is out of warranty, you're at risk of expensive repair bills. Now, for a couple of dollars a day, you can get an extended protection plan for your car. Hey, you love your car, so why not give it a little extra care? And make sure if something goes wrong, your bank account is safe. Literally, for a couple of dollars a day, you can give yourself peace of mind that you purchased a top-tier vehicle repair coverage plan. Call the Auto Protection Network right now and ask how you could save an additional $500 on your policy.
Call 877-845-0463. Call now.
Race car drivers change lanes very fast, but with no outside mirrors. How come they don't crash? Introducing Angel View, the new wide-angle mirror that reduces blind spots. Angel View simply snaps over your car's rear view mirror, giving you a 160-degree view behind you. Just look at the difference. Look, ordinary rear view mirrors are small and flat, but Angel View has a huge mirror with curved glass. This convex shape allows you to see both blind spots with one glance. And with our Pro Edition special coating, it's anti-glare at night. Get your Angel View now for just $19.99. But wait, Angel View may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, Angel View is stopping manufacturing effective immediately. Once the current inventory is gone, it's gone forever. Order now.
Call 1-800-495-0761. That's 1-800-495-0761. Or visit getangelview.com. Order now.
Do you use Viagra or Cialis? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. Stop overpaying for Viagra. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. Call now.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Well, got a confirmation. 2 girls with cancer, both members will join us Friday for the second hour, 11 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Mountain Time for all of my friends in Edmonton, Alberta. I have the feeling that there's going to be a large Canadian audience, and I love the folks north of the border. Hell, one of my homies is Rod Peterson. All right, one of my homies is Rod Peterson. So, just got the confirmation. They will join us Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Mountain Time, and we're going to have a great discussion. So tune in, and this is coming from a fellow that not only had cancer, but kicked it in the ass. All right? So be ready to be inspired. The 2 Girls with Cancer podcast, both members, Becky and Ashley, will join me at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. 11:34 is our time here as we come down the stretch on this Manic Monday edition, and it's been a Manic Monday. You want to know something crazy?
What's that?
I had threatened to call in today because of how down I was feeling. I was dropping my daughter off before I came here and felt all kinds of better when she let me just let it out.
Yeah, a good vent always helps, dude.
Yeah. And I felt better. I feel better. I absolutely feel better. Subscribe to the YouTube channel for exclusive content. YouTube.com/@snowmaninthemorning. That's where you will see all the pieces from this show, and who knows, pretty soon we may stream live from that channel, but it's one we're trying to get together. Speaking of getting it together, let's head to Carolina. Jay Spivey joins us this morning. How are you, brother?
Good morning, gentlemen.
What up, Jay?
Yo.
Okay, we talked about rivalries this morning, and Duke and Carolina was mentioned, and Shane posed a good question, and now I will pose it to you. Why is the Duke-UNC rivalry, why has it fallen flat?
I think I don't know if I call it flat, but it is definitely muted.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's mostly because Duke has had so many one and dones that you don't identify with these players. And when Carolina's had some too, but Duke's had so many you don't. And this is pervasive in all men's basketball.
Yes.
You don't know who any of these players are.
You don't.
You don't.
You really don't.
And now with the portal, I mean, whole teams are being revamped every year.
Mm-hmm.
Every single season. And I think that's a real reason why.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing.
I hate the transfer portal.
I'm not a huge. There needs to be. I I understand why it's there, but there needs to
I
be
do
some
too.
guardrails around it to
Mhm.
keep this from happening all year, every year.
So how would you fix the transfer portal? How would
For
you
one, I
regulate
wouldn't. For one, I wouldn't allow as many windows as NCAA allows. I mean,
it? Mhm.
they just finished it, and here we are. We're not that far away from fall school starting.
Right.
They just now stopped it, and I mean,
Mhm.
the NBA draft. I mean, the NBA draft's in just a few weeks. The NBA
Mhm.
season could end next week, or really this week.
Yeah.
There has to be some guardrails around it, but they don't care.
They don't.
It's an absolute joke how bad the NCAA is now, and that's for all
And
sports.
it's an absolute money grab.
Well, that's for sure. I mean, they got piles of money there, and they don't care.
Yeah, the NIL has turned into a huge deal nowadays.
Oh yeah, and that's
And
another issue.
there's no guardrails around that either.
Well, I know people don't like to hear this. We could very possibly see the end of this Carolina Duke rivalry very soon because
Mhm.
if Carolina goes to a different conference, which is very likely,
Yeah.
Duke could be left out in the cold like some other teams. Because I mean, Duke's not being sought after for football,
No. No, it
so
hasn't.
they're quite likely going to be in different conferences. What's going to happen when and if that does happen?
Mhm.
And I have not even heard that even mentioned, but you got to believe that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't see any
easily.
chance in the world they're being in the same conference.
No, and that's the
Me
unfortunate
neither.
thing is with all of these conferences either expanding or absorbing other conferences in themselves, these rivalries are going to end.
Oh yeah, well,
These rivalries are over. Okay,
yeah.
these rivalries are over.
I was just talking to a friend of mine about this last week during the softball championship.
Mhm.
I mean, Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. I mean, Mike Gundy says we're not playing Oklahoma. They're the one who chose to leave. Well,
Mhm.
sometimes you do what's right. You do what's right, and that's a major problem considering what happened this weekend in women's basketball. Do
Yeah.
what's right.
Indeed. Indeed.
And that's a major problem with a lot of people. Do what's right.
Mhm.
You're going to kill your rivalry just because of pure pettiness.
Yeah. And there's more than one who said that. There's more than one who
Oh, it's way more than Oklahoma State. There's a lot more.
Mhm.
Oh,
I mean,
a ton more.
thankfully they're joining the same conference now. But I mean, how long has it been since A&M and Texas have played each other?
Too long.
It's been
A
a
long
while.
time,
Mhm. It's been at least 20 years.
and they're not even that far apart.
Nope. Nope. The bonfire tradition got killed at Texas A&M, but the rivalry didn't until A&M moved to the SEC.
I know they don't play until the Saturday after Thanksgiving this year, but I'm really looking forward to that because
So am I.
you miss games like that.
Mhm. You miss games like that. You miss the rivalry games. I mean, Auburn, Alabama went down to the last play of the game. Love that. I don't see. Do you see any rivalries in the in the besides Michigan, Ohio State? Do you see any good rivalries in the Big Ten anymore?
Michigan State is usually pretty good, but they don't. Michigan State's just a little stepchild to Michigan. That's the way they treat them. So
Yeah.
Michigan State gets up for way more than Michigan does.
Okay.
Now in the western part of the conference, which I know is going to change considerably with with the new teams joining, but there's nothing up until recently in that conference.
Nothing.
I mean, I know you got UCLA, Southern Cal, Oregon, and Washington coming in, but those will be some good rivalries.
Mm-hmm.
Those will be good.
Yeah.
But as the current conference is currently constituted for a couple more weeks, now in the West, there's nothing.
Not a thing.
And the other thing is, you gotta. I brought this up with a friend of mine as well.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's the conference's fault in how they do the schedules.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be selfish in talking about this, but
go
in
for
many
it.
sports, I told everybody I'm a Wake Forest fan. I'm not going to deny that.
Mm-hmm.
And many sports, they almost never play Carolina in anything.
No, they don't.
And they're 75 miles apart. Makes no sense.
None.
So we're going to go through another football season. They don't play each other.
Right.
They
haven't played each other. When was the last time Carolina and Wake Forest played in football?
2 years ago.
2 years ago?
I was there.
That's right. That was that ridiculous comeback by Carolina. That was the second straight year they did that.
Well, if you remember, I forgot what years it was, but back when Ron Millman was the AD, and I guess it wasn't Swafford.
Mm-hmm.
It was whoever the former AD at Carolina was. I forgot his name. Anyway, they decided because of this kept happening that they're going to play. They played a home and home non-conference series with each other.
Non-conference.
Yes, they played non-conference games back-to-back years, where the first year is in Chapel Hill, the second year is in Winston-Salem. And they're actually doing the same thing this year with NC State and Virginia. NC State and Virginia are doing the same thing. Not this year, next year. And to do this, NC State was supposed to play a home and home with Appalachian. They canceled that series to play a home and home with Virginia, and Appalachian people are furious.
I bet.
So that would be
I don't blame them.
Virginia and the NC State will be playing non-conference games with each other.
Non-conference. I can't believe I'm going to say non-conference.
But the Wake Carolina thing is a little different. They didn't cancel anything.
Mm-hmm.
The Wake Carolina, they got together and decided this is stupid. Let's play each other.
Is the conference officially dead?
The ACC is dead. I don't care what people say. It is dead. I mean, you're gonna have Carolina, Miami, Florida State, Clemson, probably Virginia Tech, and probably a few others I'm missing. They're all leaving.
Wow.
Now you might call it the ACC and bring some other people in, but it's currently constituted. It's dead.
Yeah. And part of it is because they couldn't work out a TV deal or TV host.
Well, they did, but they screwed it up. That's John Swaffer's fault. And I don't care what people tell me about that. That was his fault.
How they screwed? What was the deal? What was the deal and how they screwed up?
They should have been the first conference to have had their own network. But they dilly-dallied around, and now they're the last thing to have their own network because they stuck with Raycom Sports, who they've been with forever. Well, those days were over. And then by the time they got their own network, streamings were so pervasive that it was too late. And then they signed for way too low money deal. Because
they got low ball.
That plus they never realized this is all about football. They still live in the basketball world.
Yeah.
How many people in the ACC do you spend your Saturday thinking, I'm going to spend 3 or 4 hours watching so-and-so playing ACC football?
You don't.
Very few. Clemson, maybe. Florida State, maybe. That's about it.
That's it.
But the rest, they don't care.
You don't think about it.
No, you don't.
I as I've told you many times, I had many Carolina quote-unquote fans who could not care less about football. Well, to me, if you tell me that, you're not a fan.
Right.
You're not a fan. You root for all sports, not just one sport.
And most of the ACC fans, quote unquote, I know, just root for basketball. I lived there. I lived there for 2 years in the heart of the in the heart of the triangle, and they confessed as such to me.
I hear it all the time, and I don't live in that world. I never have, and I never will. I don't root for just one sport.
I can't.
Exactly.
I can't do it.
Or the flip floppers. I root for Carolina in football. I mean, basketball, but I root for Duke in basketball. Or I root for Virginia in basketball, whatever it is. Those aren't fans.
No, they're not.
Those are bandwagon jumpers.
Especially, I'm looking at the teams now that are in the ACC. They've added SMU, Stanford, and California.
Cal.
Stanford and California in the ACC. And that's because the Pac-10 is deader than a doornail.
Well, that's way done. That is way done.
The Pac-10 is dead. And it was dead. I'll tell you what killed the Pac-10 conference. When they allowed Utah and Colorado to enter.
No, what killed the conference was the commissioner ruined it. Ruined it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Ruined
no wrong
it.
statement there.
And he could not get a TV deal at all.
Nope.
No, they really couldn't. That's the problem.
They only had a streaming deal, if I remember correctly.
Well, they were on ESPN, but they kept putting up games on at 10 or 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
And any other games they had was on Plus.
No, I mean, I'm a junkie. I watch games pretty much from noon until 2 or 3 in the morning, whenever the last game finishes.
Same.
But there's a lot of people who don't do that.
No. There are not a lot of junkies like us anymore. They're not.
They called it Pac-12 after dark.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's well past dark at that point.
Right.
Because and some of the games, as I admitted, I'm a junkie myself. Some games don't begin till 11 or 11:30 Eastern time.
Yep.
And unless you are a junkie, you're not going to stay up to 11:30 to watch Pac-10 or Pac-12 after dark.
Nope.
No.
Not even the Pac-12 network could keep their games.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. I guess it was last week, not this past week, but last week. We have Spectrum here if you still watch TV.
Yeah.
And I got an email from Spectrum saying that the Pac-12 conference had notified them that as of such and such date, I think it's next week, the TV channel will cease to exist.
Mm-hmm. It screwed
because
that
they couldn't
up.
land a deal. They just couldn't land a deal.
So they're done. I mean, actually, I guess it's July 1 is when everybody changes to new conferences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pac-10 go. I still blame Utah and them letting Utah and Colorado enter.
Well, I don't have a problem with that. It's really helped Utah. Despite as bad as Pac-12 is,
it has.
It's helped Utah immensely.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with Colorado and Utah going in the Big 12, I mean, it's still going to be pretty good. And they got a pretty good TV deal, actually.
They do.
Especially since they did it the last minute. But I think Utah's in pretty good shape.
Mm-hmm. Now, is Colorado going to be in good shape is my question.
Well, the question is, and I knew early on there was a huge deal with Dion.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if they can keep this up. They just can't. I don't know that they have any prayer of keeping this up.
No, they really don't. Dion was a huge thing to start with, but it's like a novelty act. It's worn out.
They ended 4-8. 4-8.
Well, look how. I mean, a couple of those wins early on, they were horrible at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the team fell apart.
Stop you and me.
Because after they beat somebody in overtime. I forgot who it was. Arizona State.
That's right. Yep.
They beat Arizona State in overtime,
which was terrible themselves.
Yep, and then they lost the rest of the season.
And they still think Dion's going to be the reason they do something special this year? Come on.
Why he's touting his son like he's the next greatest quarterback.
It's like LeBron saying Bronny's going to be the next great thing.
And you know why? Yeah. And you know why he touted that? Go back to the game against Colorado State when they were down 11 with 2 minutes remaining, and he brought him back and won that game. Since then, he was touting Shedeur to be the next best quarterback, and we've seen many a quarterback better than him just the past season alone.
Why? There's a fine line between being a father and being a coach.
Yes.
And I understand you're promoting yourself. I have no problem with that. But sometimes he goes way beyond the Call of Duty here.
Yeah. So
he gets way over the line. Way over the line.
I'd take Caleb Williams over Dion's kid.
And next year's quarterback group is not nearly as good as the one that we just had in the draft.
No.
So he probably is
not
going to
even close.
He probably is going to get drafted pretty high.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean he's that great.
Exactly.
No, it just means the team that needs a quarterback is going to end up saying, "Oh, this is our best option."
We just saw it a few months ago in the draft.
Yep.
These NFL executives fall all over themselves trying to get quarterbacks.
Atlanta, we're talking to you.
Oh my goodness.
Chicago,
we're talking to you too. Atlanta taking Michael Penix Jr. when they signed Kirk 2 Chainz Cousins to a 4-year deal.
Just right before that.
Just weeks before that. Just weeks before the draft, they signed Kirk Cousins to a 4-year deal, and then they turn around and draft Michael Penix Jr. out of Washington.
When the majority of that money they gave Cousins was guaranteed.
Yep.
And we all know that was an Arthur Blank decision.
Of course it was an Arthur Blank decision. That is Arthur. And then he doesn't get up there in the press conference. He sends his coach and his general manager out there to answer the questions when you know darn well they don't agree with what happened.
No, they're just there to take the bullet.
Well, you know, we thought so-and-so. No, they didn't.
That's what ownership thought. You're just out there being a puppet.
Yep.
These owners like Jerry Jones and David Tepper and Arthur Blank and a few others. Let your football people run the team. You are not a general manager. You pay the players. You write the checks or whatever.
Robert Kraft, anybody?
People run the program.
Hey, you just said it best. Robert Kraft, anybody?
Yeah. Oh, I got a big headache up here, and so don't most New England fans.
And the big part of your headache with Robert Kraft, and I want Jay to comment on this. Their best chance at a quarterback, they let him go. Nathan Rourke. They let him go.
Do you know how bad the Patriots are going to be this year?
Oh, God.
I live in the area, Jay. I know.
It's going to be terrible.
It's going to be, oh, my gosh.
I'm going to have to hide my New England gear at this point.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, they're going to be, I assume this year will be rock bottom, but who knows? They're going to be terrible.
I mean, we glanced off the rocks when Brady left. And now Belichick is gone, and we end up drafting Drake May and let go of Nathan Rourke. And we got Gerard Mayo as coach.
Yep.
Gerard Mayo.
Hellman's Mayo.
I know these coaches' jobs don't grow on trees. I know there are only 32 NFL positions.
Right.
Why would you want this job?
Exactly.
Because it's better than Dallas.
I can't do it.
Well, they always say never replace the legend. You replace the coach after the legend.
Right.
So go somewhere else and be the coach.
Well,
but
apparently
this was a done deal for months because he and Arthur Blank are so close. I mean, I'm sorry, Robert Kraft are so close.
Yeah.
Well, that and so wasn't Mayo and Belichick.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh boy.
I'm already not liking this season.
Terrible.
Awful.
I'm not liking this season at all.
Just awful. And I hate to say this aloud, but same will go for the Chicago Bears.
Yup.
Because they actually have a running back and they're going to misuse him. And so many Bear fans have come after me when I said that. And they said, how can you say that about the Bears? We got Caleb Williams at quarterback. Absolutely. But you also have Matt Eberflus as your coach.
That's it. I think player-wise, I think they're going the right direction for once.
I believe that.
They're actually drafting some people on offense for once.
That actually want to play.
Now,
exactly.
like you said, Eberflus is a whole other issue.
They got rid of everybody else except Eberflus. And I'll say it. I know that's the incorrect way to say it, but I'm going to say it the way it needs to be said. Eberflus. That's a fool, man.
You better tell Ryan Poles that.
Why tell Ryan Poles when he's one of the biggest puppets in the NFL right now? Find the lie. Find the lie.
Don't you know George Hallis is rolling over in his grave after what's happened?
Several hundred times. Several hundred times. Good grief. Jay Spivey joining us here on the program as he does it every Monday. Jay, thank you so much for joining us. Always a delight, and we'll talk to you next week. Thanks a lot, man.
Thanks a bunch. Have a great week.
Thank you.
Later, Jay.
Bye.
The Chicago Bears are freaking stupid.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I'll tell you what else is crazy.
Damian Hernandez says we should have kept Fields. He wasn't the problem. Oh, no. 11 and 30.
Yeah.
Period. 11 and 30. Fields was part of the problem. Not having an offensive line was a big part of the problem. The biggest problem and the stupidest mistake they made was letting David Montgomery walk.
That's true.
Find the lie.
Now, before we go, I did happen to find the post-spring top 25 for college football rankings.
All right.
You want the full 25? You want the top 5?
Give me the top 5.
Georgia at 1.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State at 2.
No surprise.
Texas Longhorns at 3.
Yep.
Oregon at 4.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a shocker at 5. Notre Dame.
I'm not surprised.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Darren Waller has retired.
Back that up again.
I just got this. Well, hold on to this one, folks. After months of contemplation, I'm reading this from NFL.com. After months of contemplation, Waller has informed the Giants that he is retiring following 8 seasons played. Quote, I decided to retire from the game of football. To God, what a journey, and thank you. We took it way farther than I could have ever imagined. So grateful to all the people that I've been able to connect with and create memories with along the way. We still got plenty more life left to live. Close quote. It was a decision that hung over the New York Giants tight end since March, since Waller told Dan Duggan of The Atlantic he was planning on making a decision pretty soon. Among the reasons Waller mentioned as to weighing his future in fully invested in continuing to play, also lingering with health issues. There you go. There you go.
Plague. He was injury plagued towards the tail end of this.
Yeah. Darren Waller, thank you for 8 seasons of us getting a chance to know you from the tight end position. All right. We got to go. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they are simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. We are, and we hope y'all are too. We love you. And we'll see you tomorrow. We're out of here.
We dealt with a
By
bunch
the way,
of
James Harden, And by the way, James Harden, you still a bitch.
Ah! Ah! Ah!